Hi everyone, my name is Eric. I am a former competitive figure skater, and this is my figure skating reaction series. For those of you who don't know me, I am a 5-time US National Championships competitor through the senior level. I trained for about 15 years in the Chicagoland area with top coaches, including most recently Olympic coach Denise Myers. So long story short, I know my stuff. Let's get started. Okay, hi everyone. Hi Joonsoo. Today I am very happy to be having my first figure skating guest on my new channel. I have here with me Joonsoo Kim, who is a US National Championships junior bronze medalist and 2019 to 2020 Team USA member who still pops off on Instagram with triple Lutz, triple loop combos, triple axels. Don't know how you do it, but all of that good stuff. Joonsoo and I trained together in Chicago for a while, so I'm super happy to have you on, Joonsoo.
Thank you so much for having me. And I feel like it's worth noting also that we share the experience of getting last place at our senior debut US Championships.
Oh, you did too?
We have that shared bond.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
mine
for.
was 20. I think it was 2016.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention. I'm sure everyone will be very happy to know that. I got top 20. Yes, I did get dead last, but it was a great year. That's funny because my other
I got top
friend,
15.
yeah,
Yeah.
my other friend, not to call him out at all, but my other friend Andrew Austin, he's like amazing skater. He also got last. So, anyways, Chicago last,
Oh,
whatever. But it's okay. Junsu didn't get last at his following championships. But that was my one and only for senior. But anyways, yeah. So we obviously know and can judge all these Olympians as much as we want. Kind of kidding. Anyways, okay. So today we're going to be talking about our predictions for the men's and women's figure skating event at the upcoming 2022 Olympics in Beijing, coming up in literally just a couple of days. I just want to first start off by saying that I personally feel like any of these predictions could literally change in days or even hours due to COVID-19. Even just recently, it was announced that Mikhail Kolyada of Russia just got COVID. So then the alternate Semenenko is going. Anyways, but today is January 26th. I'm going to try to publish this video pretty quickly because I know things change so fast. But anyways, yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, Jinsu, we'd love to start off and hear about your picks for the top 5. How about let's start off with the women? So yeah, why don't you just give us your top 5 women and then we'll like break it down from there.
all top 5?
Yeah, just maybe just say the top 5 and then you don't even need to give your reasoning yet. Just say what you think.
Okay. For gold, I have Kamila Valieva. For silver, I have Sasha Trusova. For bronze, I have Anna Shcherbakova. For fourth, I have Kaori Sakamoto. And for fifth, I have Loana Hendricks.
Okay, interesting. I guess not like super surprising. I'll just tell you mine first. I'll just also do the same. So also had Kamila Valieva first. I have Anna Shcherbakova second. Kaori Sakamoto third. Sasha Trusova fourth, and Wakaba Higuchi fifth. So that's pretty interesting. So I guess in terms of first, we're pretty much in agreement. I mean, like, who knows what'll happen, but like Camilla's obviously the favorite, so I guess not too much of a question there. Why do you think Trusova is going to get second over like Anna or someone else?
I think the Eteri girls always know how to deliver. I think there have only been like a handful of times where out of all of the girls that she's had, they weren't able to deliver under the moment. And like the one I can think of off the top of my head was Alina at the 2018 Worlds, but that was right after her Olympic gold medal. So I feel like that doesn't even really count. I feel like they know how to time their season correctly. The ones who make it to the end, at least. And they always deliver in one way or another. And so the reason I put Trusova ahead of Shcherbakova is because her base value is just so much higher. Shcherbakova doesn't have the advantage of the triple axel in the short program like Valieva does. They're kind of neck and neck in the short program. And then the free program is where she can really make the difference. By the way, I can't do quads in the short program is absolutely ridiculous. I think it's
Yes.
so it needs to be updated. But for the time being, Trusova just has the technical edge, and unfortunately, that's just what's going to get you ahead in today's day and age.
Yeah, definitely agree about the technical edge. It's interesting because I had, Trusva in fourth. Honestly, for me, like I just like was like I'm not gonna give a Russian sweep. Like, okay, it very well may happen, but I'm just like I feel like I don't know, something's gonna be shaken up and someone will sneak in there. But I don't know. In terms of Trusva, I feel like so I mean she falls quite a bit. Obviously, I mean you're doing a million quads, so obviously you're gonna fall. So and obviously you can still play super well even if she has like two falls or maybe even three. I don't know, probably like two falls or whatever. She can still place really well. I don't know. I just feel like with Anna, like first of all, I think she's they're all very gritty, but she's like just so gritty. Like I feel like sometimes she just pulls off things that you would never think of. And even though she struggled a little bit more this season, like that one year at nationals where like Eteri was crying, and I was like, I do not know how she pulled off a quad there. I do not know how she pulled off a quad at like the Europeans recently, like all this stuff. And so I feel like she could have a quad. So I'm just gonna guess like if she's super gritty, pulls off one quad, and Trusova falls more. I think they really like Anna's PCS mark a lot. Like even at the Russian nationals, but also internationally. Like she always gets such high PCS marks, which I'm like a little bit confused by. But the judges seem to really like her. I feel like she's one of those people that will pull off the last minute. So I don't know. That's why I gave her a second. But I totally can see like honestly, just with all the quadlettes, I don't like Trusova could be almost unbeatable there. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would also say that Sasha gets maybe slightly overmarked in PCS.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually kind of like her Cruella program. I like both of her programs this season, actually. I think they fit well for her skating style. But so I think, in terms of PCS, unfortunately, with the way that IJS is structured right now, there's not a lot that can make the difference there, especially when the stakes are so high technically. I just think you can't argue with base value of two quad losses in the
Yeah.
second half. Like you really can't. If one skater has one quad at the beginning, whereas another one has allegedly five planned, two of which are in the second half. I just think it's almost apples to oranges at that point. But yeah, you're right. Anything can happen. Trusova has not had the most consistent season, obviously riddled with a couple injuries, or one injury. I don't know. I don't want to
Yeah.
get fact checked, but yeah, I know anything can happen.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, the injuries and COVID, like I just feel like every day it's like a ticking time bomb. But yeah, hopefully everyone stays healthy and able to compete. Yeah, honestly, I feel like some of these, I feel like the women since they're doing more quads now, it's almost turning a little bit more into the men. Where like in some ways you like never know what's gonna happen at all because people can just fall a million times or like land all these jumps and like it's like a lot more variable than before. It feels like in some ways. But okay, so I guess you had Kaori as fourth, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so do you feel like
Yeah, I had her in
yeah,
fourth.
go ahead.
Yeah, I had her in fourth because I love her skating. I actually went to Skate America this year, and so I got to watch her, and I got to watch Trusova too. And I just love her skating. I'm not a huge fan of her long program this year, to be quite honest. I really liked her long program for the past two
Mhm.
seasons. Um, so packaging is not my personal favorite at the moment, but I don't know. I love her speed. I love the way that she carries speed through her jumps. I love her spins. I love her style. I just think you can't argue with the technical base value, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's the name of the game right now. Yeah, that's why I had her in fourth. But in a perfect world, she'd be right behind Camila.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like I actually didn't love Kaori skating like before. I feel like it's grown on me so much. Even like the way she goes into like her triple flip, it's just so aesthetically pleasing. Her double axles are just incredible. And then like, the whole thing where she was like slicing the judge's face up. I don't know. I just feel like I've really grown on her a lot. The speed is insane. I would love to see her in person. I've never. I mean, like Camilla also gets amazing speed. I feel like off the top of my head, maybe like Camilla out of the top girls, like Camilla and Kaori would like get the most speed, or I don't know, but just in my mind, like maybe even just visually. Um, yeah, I feel like she's the closest to breaking that top three like Russian stranglehold in a way because she's so consistent. Like I can't even remember the last time I saw her mess up. I'm sure she has, and but I just can't remember. So I feel like if just enough mess ups happen, like it's still possible because I just trust her so much. But yeah, I guess it could be hard to beat.
Yeah, and she's just one more skater that like she's so mentally strong as well. Like I think at Skate America in the short program, she did a double flip, but she still pulled off a triple toe at the end, even though she was like like left shoulder was wide open. Like she's just so strong and so
Yeah.
sound and so like confident in her techniques. So I mean, I really have no doubt that she's going to deliver. And you know, if one of the Russian girls opens the door, then she'll be right there to walk through it. So
Yeah, I
it'll be
totally
really
agree.
interesting to see.
Okay, a couple of quick questions. Okay, number one, do you think Anna Shcherbakova is going to land a quad or in parentheses a clean quad?
I think she will. Oh God, I don't want to jinx her. I really like
No,
her.
we're not gonna jinx her. All
I
good
think
vibes.
I just think, you know, I just think that Eteri girls know how to prepare for these events.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, who knows? Like the past couple of years have been crazy. Um, no one knows what's going to happen. I feel like the narrative changes every single week, but I don't know. I just feel like they know how to train their girls. They know how to be prepared for these events.
Yep, I believe in her quad, honestly. And I feel like even if it's like slightly questionable, it's just gonna happen and I'm gonna live for it. So I agree. Okay. Um, I guess we talked about that. Okay, here's two quick questions. Where do you see the Americans placing, kind of in general?
I was afraid you would ask me this. You know, I don't. I really like all of the Americans. You know,
Mhm.
I'm actually I've always been a fan of Alyssa, and of course, like Karen and Mariah are like two of the most beautiful skaters in the
Mhm.
world. But like I said, and whether I agree with it or not, like the technical game is what trumps in the end. So I was actually debating having Alyssa in fifth. Um,
Oh, wow.
but that said, Higuchi could also take that fifth or sixth slot. So I would have Alyssa somewhere, maybe in the top, maybe from like fifth to like eighth. And then I would have
Okay.
Karen and Mariah probably around ninth and tenth.
Yeah, I feel like the
Which makes
Americans
me sad
always
because I
get
really,
like they're always right next to each other and they're
yeah,
always
I
like in the
because I love their skating, I love their spins. Like they have such nice style, like they have such great attention to detail. But unless you can pull off these what they call ultra C elements, it's like it's so hard to
Yes,
break
the
through
new
these days.
term. Yes. Yeah, I think agree. I actually didn't even wasn't even thinking Alyssa would be that high. I'm just not sure if she could land the clean triple black, so hopefully she does. That'd be awesome. And I feel like she doesn't get as high PCS marks and stuff like that, but definitely possible. So that brings us to who's someone who you don't think will be on the podium but want to.
Oh, who I don't think I would really like to see Young Yu on the
Oh,
podium.
okay.
I think, I honestly don't think it's impossible if one of the top
Mm-hmm.
contenders opens the door and she skates two clean programs because she does have two triple axels planned. Um, and she did land both of them, albeit questionably rotated at Korean
Mm-hmm.
Nationals. I don't know. I just think I've been following her career forever since she was like 9 years old, you know, doing her like senior long program. I think it was like 2015 nationals.
Yeah.
um, I've just been following her career forever, and I love the changes that she's made. I feel like she's really grown artistically, and she's always been so strong technically. Unfortunately, I know she's been working on the quad style, the other quads as well. It's obviously not in her competitive
Yeah.
programs this year, but uh, I would love to see her on the podium. I think it would give her a huge confidence boost moving into this next chapter of her career.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like honestly, the Korean we didn't talk about them much, but the Korean women. So it's Young Yu, Hae Lee. Also, I should have you be pronouncing these, but whatever. I'm just Yalin Kim. Anyways, they're all.
But I actually think he is going. I think it's Young Yu and Yelim Kim.
Oh wait, is Hae not? Is it only two? Oh,
Yeah,
oops, I don't
Hane's
know.
not going.
Oh, I think because she did so
Makes me so
well.
upset. Just got
Yeah.
second at four continent.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
that's why I assumed. I was like, oh yeah, Haynes going because she did so well. Oh, okay, wow. I didn't even realize that. Elam's triplets, triple toe is like so amazing. I feel like just like ever since Yuna Kim, these Korean women have mastered the let's toe, and it's just like really cool to see. But yeah, they're really
Yeah, I
good.
know. Everyone and their mom does triple S. They're all beautiful. They're all huge and beautiful.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's like the OG like sat or maybe for our generation like very satisfying combination to like watch and kind of like do as well.
Yeah.
You have a great one as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Oh,
um
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, for me, for my who do I think won't get on the podium, but I want to. Karen Chen, her long program, Butterfly Lovers, is actually it's like my mom's like favorite classical music piece of music or whatever. Like I grew up always listening to it. And the limits are in Beijing. She's Chinese American. She has amazing, beautiful skating. Up in the top three, definitely in terms of that. I feel like. And yeah, I just love her skating. Technically, I mean, she got fourth at Worlds last year, which is kind of crazy to think about. So you know what? You never know. But anyways, that's someone who I would love to see on there kind of randomly. And obviously just as an, I don't know, American, like growing up, going competitions with her or whatever, just that'd be awesome. Um, but yeah, okay, anything else in the women that you want to talk about? Any other like
I don't think we discussed our fifth pick. I think you said Higuchi. I said Loena.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, I just Loena's had such a strong couple of years, and obviously she had kind of a breakthrough moment at the European Championships this year, just a couple weeks ago. Not the best moment in the long program, but I think it's just like if anything, it kind of takes the pressure off, and it like gives you a moment to sort of get your jitters out before the main event happens. And so, I have faith in her. I think she can pull it off.
Yeah, I love her skating. Yeah, I just yeah, I feel I love her skating. I would love to see that, be in the top five or three or whatever. And I also agree. I have her like right up in there. I had her as someone that maybe like could surprisingly come in for a podium finish that wasn't expecting. But although it's kind of hard for me to imagine her beating Kaori, but I guess that's also possible. But yeah, she's also really good. Okawa Higuchi, she has just such powerful jumps, and like the Lion King program, I feel like is very emotional and like it's like a journey, which I really appreciate with skating. I feel like there's a little bit less of that these days, or I don't know, maybe there is, but I don't know. I just feel like there's like a real journey in that. And then if she lands a triple axel, hopefully we'll see a bunch of triple axels. But yeah, I really love Loana as well.
Yeah, I love Carrie, not Carrie,
Wakaba,
Wakaba too. Oh
yeah.
God, can you cut that out?
No.
I just
So
mixed
many
up the
good
two
skills.
Japanese.
No, they're both amazing. We love Kaori and Wakala. I mean, yeah, they're both really good. Okay, so I guess that's the women. I guess we had pretty similar. Originally I was thinking let's say top three, but then I realized that could be more similar. So that's why I think top five is a little bit more interesting.
Mhm.
So let's go on to the men then. Who are your top five?
Okay, so I have gold Nathan Chen, silver Yuzuru Hanyu, bronze Vincent Zhou, fourth I have Shoma Uno, and fifth I have Yuma Kageyama.
Interesting. Okay, I had the exact same names for the top five. Same first and second, Nathan and Yuzu, which we can discuss a little bit. I had Yuma in third and Vincent in fourth. Oh, you had Yuma fifth, right? So you had Vincent in third. Okay, and then I had Shoma Uno in fifth.
Okay.
Interesting. I guess first, what everyone's gonna be, crazy interested in whatever in general. Nathan versus Yuzu. I guess we both picked Nathan for this one, but why'd you pick Nathan?
I think people are more concerned about Nathan than they need to be. Obviously, he had a bit of a moment in 2018 with both of his short programs. But he was like what 18 years old then. Like he's such like a grounded, emotionally grounded person, and like I don't know. I really respect his outlook, and I think he's just in a really good place for this Olympics. I don't think he has or even if he's probably feeling astronomical amounts of pressure, but like he's dealing
Yeah.
with it so well, in the way that the fall went this season. And I don't know, I kind of feel like he has the momentum going for him. Obviously, he won the past 3 world championships, and as much as Yuzuru is a strong competitor, at the end of the day, his technical content is a little bit weaker, and he hasn't had the same experience, with injuries and with having to withdraw from his fall competitions. And so I just kind of feel like the momentum is in Nathan's favor.
Yep, I pretty much disagree with that. I do think, I mean, you said like, oh, he was just 18 last time and he's older. I actually, in some ways, I know I can't see it as that. I have no idea what it's like to like win that many nationals and worlds, especially in a row. But I wonder if there's almost a pressure is like even more in a sense because I mean, last time he totally could have won, and so there definitely was that pressure. But then this time it's like he really should win. Like he's won everything. So I don't know if that would make it even more stressful in a way, but I totally agree. I feel like he's just done everything. So like, yeah, I feel like he should win at this point. And even if Yuzi also skates really really well, the higher content in quads I feel like is really hard to beat. So yeah, I agree with you right now. Um, oh, I didn't even think of this, but do you think Yuzuru Hanyu is going to land that quad axel? Or is he going to attempt it, do you think, even?
I think he's going to attempt it. Like, what does he have to lose? He already won 2 Olympic gold
Yeah.
medals. You might as well like make history one more time. Um, do I think he's gonna land? I think he might stay on his feet, maybe get like 1 carat at best.
Oh.
But I don't know. I feel like in the context of a long program at the Olympics, like it's just a lot to ask for. So even if he's able to land it, with a little bit more rotation in practice, I kind of feel like it's too tall of an order. But who knows? I don't know. He's a very mythical,
Yeah, he's like
talented.
legendary. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
he
do I
is.
think realistically it's gonna happen? Probably not. But I'd
Yeah.
love to see it happen.
I love that. Like he's like mythical. That is, yeah, that's very much the case for Yuzu for some reason in skating. Yeah, yeah. I hope to see him do it. That'd be so cool. It'd be such an Olympic moment. But a little bit in doubt. Okay, so third you had Vincent.
Mm.
That is very interesting to me. He's obviously amazing. He does have the like probably even second first to second highest technical content. Why do you think he'll get third?
I think he'll get third because of how his fall went. He had obviously like an amazing Cranberry Cup, an amazing Nebelhorn, an amazing Skate America, and then he came down a little bit for NHK and for nationals. But I think that's all kind of part of the show. When you're at that level, as we've seen time and time again, like it's normal for people to have a really really good fall and then come down a little bit. So that they have room to peak at the Olympics and at Worlds. And I don't know, I just think he has a really good trajectory this season. Um, am I the biggest fan of his skating? Probably not, unfortunately, just because I think his jumps are beautiful, but some of them are
Yeah.
a bit questionable. Um, but I don't know. I watched him at Skate America as well, and obviously that win was undoubtedly deserved.
Yeah.
It was just everything was just so pristine, and his packaging was on point, and just everything was. It just looked really well packaged, and so I think he has really good momentum heading into the Olympics as well.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think I honestly cannot remember like probably most of his programs like recently, but his short program, the Starry Starry Night one, I really love that music, and I think when he does that like huge quadlets triple toe and he does a clean program, it's like really powerful. And then the long, I know he like did not do well at nationals, but like also another Chinese American moment with Chinese music at nationals with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So I feel like that could be like a really big moment. Yeah, I think I totally could be true. I don't know what happened at nationals, but like, I mean, I have a whole nother video about this, and like, not to rip on him too hard, right? But like, he cheated, like he really under rotated like all of those jumps, and he fell on so many of them. But like, I totally agree. Like, I think he might just go right back up for like the actual important moment, just the Olympics. But between that and like the whole like worlds thing last year, which is just a short program, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm less like trusting that he'll like get on the podium or the or third or fourth or whatever, or I have him in fourth, I guess. Totally could happen. Oh, I will say just like I think maybe I don't know if I said this in my other video, but like growing up competing against Vincent like a couple times, he literally never misses a jump. Like or this was before up till triples. I think there might be an interview somewhere where like he just literally never misses. Like he's so consistent. Obviously, when you start doing triple axels and quads, you like can't be that consistent anymore. But like that kind of grittiness and that kind of like resolve and just like always landing, I feel like that could really it could still come back like or I don't know in the Olympics. I feel like that's he did well at the last Olympics as well. So um, yeah,
Yeah, he is one skater that we trust. I mean, obviously there was that moment at Worlds, which was unfortunate, and in this nationals wasn't also his best moment either. But I don't know. Ever since he was a junior, like he always delivered in the right moments. Like I remember his 2017 Junior Worlds program still, and how amazing that was. Like he pulled off like 3 quads or something. Like that was unheard of back in junior in the day. And the way that he pulled through at 2019 Worlds, I feel like, you know, everybody obviously has their off days, and you can't expect people to be superhuman. And I just feel like people who cite back to that Worlds short program are just kind of missing the point a little bit. So yeah, I do
Yeah.
have faith in him. I do think he's going to deliver, and I think he might get the bronze medal here.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I'll see one or two or three or whatever individual performances really don't in that end of the day mean anything because it's like in that moment that counts. Yeah, and it's also just crazy that all these Olympians are just setting trends, right? Because like in the women, like still 4 years ago, 2018, Alina Zagitova was still doing just triple triples, no triple axel, no quads, and now we have so many. And then the men too, I mean, I guess kind of similar, but like just I don't know, so many quadlettes and quad axel being attempted probably. So technically, it's a very exciting Olympics, I think. And then you had Yuma and Shoma. Um, yeah. What do you think about
I
them?
had Shoma and then Yuma.
Oh, Shoma, then Yuma. Sorry. Why in that order?
Yeah. Honestly, the third through fifth could have been in any order.
Yeah.
I
Same.
think Shoma is just so much more experienced. Obviously, he already has an Olympic medal. This is his second Olympics. He's so experienced. I just trust him to know how to deal with all of the newness and all of the, you know, pressure a little bit better. I actually really, really like Yuma skating. I love his jumps. I really like his long program. I think he's just packaged really well this season. But at the end of the day, it is what his second or third year senior, and he just doesn't have a lot of experience under his belt. And I think that's some people make it work, obviously, but I just think it's a little bit more risky of a game to play there. So that's why I had Yuma behind Shoma. But I do think it could be very close, and I also think that Yuma could get the bronze medal here as well.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think 3 to 5. I, I I have no idea. Yeah, like who it's gonna be, but I feel like it's also gonna be those three. Yeah, Shoma. I feel like the consistency is like getting to me a little bit. I'm just like I don't know what's going. Like, I don't know. He's such an amazing skater, such a beautiful skater as well. I always remember his. I forget which year, but like the Turandot, like the opera one, was just like one of the most beautiful. And it really made me love that opera and that music as well. So, would love to see him on the podium as well. But yeah, Yuma's very exciting. That quad toe at I think last year's Worlds was like one of my highlights. Like I was just keep watching that. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, he's like
It's
flying.
like butter, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Kind of a US based question. Do you think hot take that Ilya should have been on the team or not? What do you think?
um, I feel like there's no clean answer to
Yeah,
this.
obviously.
I think he should have.
All right.
I really think he should have, and here's why. Um, the Olympics only happen every 4 years. Skating is such a volatile sport, especially when you introduce all of these quads and crazy technical tricks. It's like skating is so volatile, you don't know who's going to be here next year, even. Not, I mean, I don't want that to be bad omens at all.
Yeah, no, I
But,
know.
it's
Yeah.
just kind of the reality of sport. Um, And so we don't know what's going to happen in 4 years. And I feel like to deny the opportunity to such a talent who proved that he could deliver in the moment was just not, I don't know, it was just not the best move in my opinion. That being said, I love, love, love Jason skating. His programs this year are amazing. He always makes a moment out there on the ice, regardless of what happens technically. And so, I'm not unhappy in the slightest that he got chosen to go to the Olympics as the third member. But yeah, I kind of feel like, and also it just reflects in what the Federation thinks about what the Federation is representing about what they value in the future, right? If they're going to deny the opportunity to somebody who has clearly shown that they're capable of placing well internationally, then it's just sort of like, what kind of precedent does that send?
Yeah, I agree. I also think that he should have been on the team. I think there's specific criteria, which I guess if you do like the math, it was like Nathan obviously was a lock, and then Vincent pretty much was. So I guess it was between him and Jason. Regardless of like any of the criteria, I guess just me, I don't know, from like nationals and other stuff, like I was like maybe send Ilya over Vincent, but then I'm like actually that doesn't really make sense either. So there's no like great answer. But yeah, Ilya was just so like blew me away, blew everyone away at nationals. But it also is just national. Speaking of Jason Brown, which is kind of giving away my answer, but who's someone who you don't think is going to get on the podium here, but you'd like to?
Oh God, I might have to think about this a little. Maybe I feel like this is biased because I chose the Korean person both times, so I really want Joonwon.
Yeah, no, we haven't mentioned him. Yeah, he should be mentioned.
Yeah, I honestly, like, confession, I didn't pay too much attention to most of the men's events throughout the year, and so I just saw his programs for the first time at Four Continents. I love his short program. Just all of the details, all of the transitions, like the attention to detail in the choreography everything was just pure geniusness for 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And the long program was great as well. And I love his spins. I love his triplets, triple loop combo. I love how he doesn't even try the triple toe combo anymore. He just goes straight to the triplets, triple loop. His quad sow has gotten so much better. Yeah, he's another one of the skaters who doesn't quite have the technical content, but if he did, like, he would definitely be a hard hitter here.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah, so excited to like see more of him. Also, I feel like I don't remember when a Korean guy has been on like Olympic kind of podium or in contention. Like maybe there has been in the past, but I just can't really remember right now. But that would be amazing to have more. I just feel like with skating, it's been so limited, right? To like U.S., Canada, Russia, Japan, these couple of countries, and Korea is like more emerging. So even Korea is kind of more of a staple at this point, but just like more different countries being seen on the international stage, and especially at the top level, is really cool. For me, I was just saying Jason Brown. Also kind of biased again because I grew up like. I don't know if you probably also grew up, training with him or just like seeing him around the rinks and stuff like that. And like, just such a beautiful skater. Like that short program is so good. And I feel like he's like a little bit like it feels like, I'm sure he's not really, because a lot of these other skaters are also good at components, but he feels like one of the last kind of remnants of like someone who's really components focused, and like almost like kind of like how Evan Lysacek won like that 2010 Olympics without a quad, but it was like so like the entire package and all of that. I feel like he really represents that, and just want to see more of that in addition to all the quads and stuff as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's like pretty much mostly like what I want to talk about. What are you like most maybe excited for? What's your like one program or one event, or I don't know.
I think I'm most excited to see Trusova's long, because I think there's so much at stake for her, with all of the quads that she's planning. I love Kamila. I feel like we didn't talk enough about her. Like, she's one of my like skaters of all time. but she's just had such a consistent season. Like it almost feels like I know that she's gonna deliver. Again, I don't want to jinx her, but but with Trusova, you know, she had that brilliant skate at the Russian test skates, and then she had a bit of a lull, you know, after the foot injury. But yeah, I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, and I think that's just what makes it so exciting to watch the Olympics.
I mean, with Trusova, like she literally, if she lands, like she's just a clean long, and Kamila messes up once or twice, like she could win the Olympics. Like it could totally happen.
Yeah.
She literally has a con, and they might not be able. You know what I mean? Like it's just it could happen. Yeah, Kamila also, she's such an amazing skater. I totally think she should win here. Some of the most interesting technique I feel like that I never would have guessed 5 years ago that someone would be doing that, but maybe more on that some other time. Obviously, incredible skater. Yeah, Drew's was really exciting. Actually, literally, I just thought of that, you know, right now, that question. Like, I don't even know who I'm most excited to see. Like, maybe, honestly, I'll just pick Anna Shcherbakova because I love when any skater, right? It could be any of these skaters, but like, if they're kind of the underdog and then they just like pull it off at like the last second, like they're failing in practice or whatever, and they just pull, like that's like the most impressive thing ever to me. And I feel like she's someone that can do that. Others can as well, but that would be like a very exciting Olympic moment. Yeah.
Did you just call Anna Shcherbakova the underdog? She just won the last World Championships.
She is the underdog for gold for sure, though. That's pretty indisputable right now, I feel like.
Yeah.
But that is what's the crazy thing, right? Karen Chen got fourth at Worlds last year, and then, like, theoretically, that should mean that she's definitely a top 3 contender, but it, like, doesn't seem that... So, yeah, it's kind of weird how that works sometimes, how things can change so quickly. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for speaking with us today, Joonsoo. It was very interesting. For everyone to know, like I haven't talked to Joonsoo that much about like skating in terms of like, I don't know, as a fan or just like analyzing or just other people. So that was really interesting for me to hear more about that. I feel like when you're training, you know, like we're all just like so focused on what we're doing, and it's kind of interesting to take a step back and think about that. But yeah, thank you, Joonsoo.
Yeah, of course. Pleasure's all mine. Thanks for having me. This was so fun.
Of course. Okay. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on that notification bell. See you next time.